Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis 4 in the Dharma expansion pack as Vijayanagar. I don't know how to say this nation's name, but we're actually pretty close to getting our first government reform, which I'm excited about. We have also expanded our military and stuff like that pretty well. I'm going to save up a little bit of manpower until we can replenish our army, and then we're going to declare the second set of wars for here. We did kind of, we aren't going to be able to take these other two guys for a while. But that's not a big deal. Like, there's plenty of time to do all this. So we'll grab these two guys next. That should get us pretty close to finishing our mission to secure the Malabar coast. We're also going to integrate Jaffa. That's going to be one of our next things that we do. And it would be nice to integrate him because we're going to get his ships and his military. And we're kind of low on power and stuff like that. So we're going to do that. Take about a year to do that. We can humiliate Gujarat. I don't think I want to do that. Who are you friends with? Because that is careful. It's something I need to be careful about is what I'm trying to say. Okay. The nice thing is, we officially have the Renaissance and it is spreading. We will have to embrace it, but we're saving up money. I was considering building a trade thing in my capital now that I'm making a decent amount, and I think I will do that. Lots of trade power in here, which will hopefully propagate down to this node, which will result in us getting more and more money. So I am going to also be looking for another province that I will want to develop at some point in the future. I think I can also switch my capital over to protect trade now that I'm no longer developing it. So we'll do that. Although I don't want to be running any other edicts. Let me see if I can find the button that I have set up for that. This one. Yeah, I don't have any other edicts running, so that's fine. We still do have a little bit of a autonomy problem in these areas, but it is bleeding away slowly, so I'm not too worried about that. Looks like these guys have declared war on me. Actually, this would be incredible. If these guys conquer this guy, that's going to make it way easier, and I can take that for myself then. Hell yeah. That actually would work out really, really well for me. Let's have a look here. So, stagnation and drought in Syria. That's not what I wanted. Syria. Did I click the wrong one? Syria. So, Syria is here. This is Syria, okay. So we would get frontier development. Ooh. Instead, we would move our base tax to the coastline. This place would also have some bad effects, but I don't want to spend this much money for... I don't plan on developing this province. I've already done my development of my capital, so I think we'll just go ahead and take the coastal cities. Are much more profitable. That'll be fine. Integration is a slow process. We got our vassal conquered, or integrated rather. We're going to integrate him, and now we have claims down here, and we can get to work on that too. So I'm going to let this play out and see how it turns out. We picked up some infantry, we picked up some trade ships. We are going to sell these off. We're going to send these. How many over the force limit am I? I'm pretty over my force limit. I'm going to see if I can sell all these, preferably to the people we're about to conquer. Okay, sell ships. You want 2 fewer light ships. So what if I were to jigger this? Get out here. What if I were to sell you a ship? I guess I don't need them. Or rather, I can't use them. Okay, you can't afford that. So what about the trade ship instead? Get over there. Let's see, do you want to buy those? We will sell you... No, you can't afford it. What about you? Can you afford it? They would be willing to buy a couple of trade cogs for 40. What if I rejoin them together? Will you buy all 3 of them off me? Yes, for 70. That is a great deal. And then we'll look to see if somebody wants to buy these. My little vassal, or ally here. Calling him a vassal. He does not want them. I suppose I could send them out to this sort of a direction. Let's see if we can make that happen. Let's get down here and combine with this manpower. We could definitely hold that many troops here. Would you like to buy either of these? No. Malacca. Would you like to buy either of these? No, I don't think you have the money, right? Yeah, force limit. What about you? Would you like to buy some of these? No. Khmer? No ships in range. Sure. You'd buy 2 for 10. That's good. I just need to get rid of them. Let's move these guys forward one more tile. Let's see if these guys will sell these off. We'll buy them for 10. That's great. So we got rid of these, our overburdened fleet. So we're back down to, we pared it down now to something more reasonable. We'll get these guys conjoined up and we'll get these wars declared. You are allied with who? Okay, these guys are allied together, so this should be a fairly simple war. To unite my lands. Combine these together. And we'll get the war declared. They're only allied to each other. That's fine. Let's go ahead and declare the war. Well, we want to actually build up our army a little bit first. Let them replenish. We have 4,000 men to replenish here, which is just about as much as I have. I'm really happy that I did the lots of manpower development in here. We lost a leader. It's less than good. We have that kind of crappy leader back. But I'm glad I did all the manpower development because that's going to help us replenish manpower faster. I am going to lose the prestige because I'm already a little bit behind in terms of tech. So I want to save up. Marwari War for Independence. I'm going to accept this war. Interesting that this is the only guy he's at war with. I don't know why you called me, but okay. Sure. Alright, you guys are well developed. Let's go ahead and declare the war. I'm going to say you're our full enemy. Our goal is to take Kandy. See if we can stack wipe him. Where is my fleet? Go block this straight. We can wipe these guys out. Okay, that War of Independence has been done. I guess we helped. They owe me 7 favors. All right. Let's merge complete this guy. Let's grab you. I'm going to stick you on this province. This is a 3,000 man province, so I'm going to take 3 healthy infantry, put them here. And that'll be that. We'll get to work on this. We'll wipe this army out, and then we'll clean up the rest of this. So we'll take 1 nice and healthy infantry over here. We will take 1 nice and healthy infantry over here to get these conquered. And that's it. We've basically won this war, so got some nice and easy expansion options for ourselves. We're going to lose a little bit of stuff. This is only a level 3, so what I could do is I could shift consolidate and then leave behind like 4, slightly more than 3,000 infantry. Oh, no. This stack is supposed to run away. Then we could just go pillage. One of our advisors died. Okay. He was a level 2 advisor. I could take another level 2 advisor. I don't really care about diplomatic reputation. I don't really care about a lot of this stuff. I like the idea of getting extra points. But I think I'll just save the money for now. I think that's fine. Improved relations is fine. Okay, you guys can go back to protecting trade here, because it's actually hurt our income quite a significant amount. We'll actually see our income is 6.13, and we'll see the effect these guys have when they flip this back to a reasonable level. Doing some pillaging. Although, maybe it doesn't make sense to pillage our own territory, but I'm going to be building a fort here in Kandy to control all of this territory anyway. Alright, so let's see. In this time of need... Okay, so we refused food import. Would hurt our manpower. I don't want to hurt my manpower. I need to get my manpower back. Okay, we have basically fully pillaged this. Let's get these guys over here to pillage. Okay. We will be getting new techs in the not too distant future. I'm kind of hemming and hawing about which idea I want to take first. I'm really not sure. I kind of want to play with religious ideas this game a little bit, but I don't know how viable that will be. All right, we've almost basically pillaged that entire province. Let's have a look at this one. It's got plenty of gold left in it to pillage. There's the Siege of Kandy. Okay. We lost another advisor. Who do I want to take? I could take the land maintenance modifier one. He's going to actually save me a decent chunk of money, and he's level 2. And that brings me to 999 and all my power stuff. So that's quite nice. I guess I could take this leader. Let's stick him on here just to get that +1 siege tick. Nope. Alright, that's that done. Everybody head back. Let's talk to both of these guys. I want all of your provinces. Can I get this in a single peace deal? Okay, I'm going to take all of this stuff. I am going to get stuff. But the people who are going to be in the coalition are the people I'm conquering anyway. I would maybe get a little bit more if I did them separately, but this saves me a bit of Diplo points, so we're going to do it this way. All right, we're going to pause. I'm going to build a fort here for one very important reason. But I'm not going to build it yet. I want to core this land. Let's handle autonomy. Let's have a look. I think we'll just go ahead and raise the autonomy in like all of this revolting territory. I don't mind like sitting with a bit of revolt risk. It's fine. Now we have conquered Lanka. We get missionary strength against these guys, although I don't plan on doing anything to them in a while. Building a spy network. We are over our limit of supply here. Get over to that slightly better supplied area. But now we own Sri Lanka, which is nice. That's in particular, that's going to give us even more of this node, because remember, there's really nice trade nodes here. We might want to actually look into maybe upgrading these. For example, this trade node is 5 trade power. This one is 10. So if we were to upgrade it, it would cost me about 300 gold, I want to say. 200 gold, and it would gain 5 trade power. So is 200 gold worth 5 trade power? I don't know, maybe it is. And it would also give me some local development cost and institution spread, so it might be a thing worth doing, because that is a thing we can do in this expansion, although it's probably something I'm going to look at maybe later down the game. Although I do have to keep in mind, I'm like a prime target for the colonizing Europeans, so I'm going to have to be careful about that too. But we own Lanka, or Ceylon, or whatever it's called. I have this army over here. Let's go ahead and defund the army. Boop. And then defund the forts. Boop. Because we want to save up that money, because there's a few things we want to build. We definitely want to build these trading posts. I'm going to throw down 2 for now. I don't want to buy down... No, I don't quite have enough over inflation to worry about that. We're just going to hold on and save money. Speed 4 is a good speed for what we're doing. So it looks like these guys did conquer that province for me, which will make this slightly easier for me. And this guy has no allies. So I'm probably going to conquer these guys next, once I have another chunk of manpower to, help out here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit another infantry here, and then split this army in half. And that'll put me in a good spot. I do need to be careful, though, because I don't want to be out of manpower by the time this guy is maybe considering declaring war on me. Because that would be less than good. My corruption is growing due to overextension. That's fine. We have positive stability, and we're rooting out corruption, which is probably hurting our income. Let's make sure we're rooting that out at a pretty high level. I don't want to gain corruption. I think gaining base tax here in the capital, 83 tokens. It's going to take 83 years, whereas manpower recovers way quicker. So I think we're going to use manpower. Even though we're low on manpower, it recovers way quicker. In fact, I could probably exploit some army professionalism if I had any, but I don't. Alright, let's split this in half. We'll send half the stack over here. Let's then have the stack over here. Let's build another market. Again, we just want our trade power up because we want to control this node. It'll take a while for these to be built, but once they're done, our trade share in here should significantly jump. And we'll start pulling more and more money towards us and all that sort of stuff. We'll also get trade power propagation, I believe. We can see here, how much are we getting from propagation? We are getting 39 from propagation. So as we build up trade power here, we'll start pulling more and more trade towards ourselves. And that'll be really nice. And also we're building up naval tradition, which is going to continue to help our trade steering, which is really good. See, because we're protecting trade with our entire fleet, we're getting +2 per year. Okay, cool. So we have our good leader here. I might flip over to focusing on something else, but I might do something weird here. I might take an admin idea first. Now, I almost never do this. I almost always like to go either a diplomatic idea first, or I'll like just start an admin idea, but I won't really invest into it. And I'm thinking of maybe taking innovativeness ideas. I've been taking this in a lot of my games, and really just everything in here is fantastic. Okay, prestige decay. It means you just have more prestige, and you recover prestige quicker. Mercenary maintenance. If I ever run out of manpower, I need to hire mercenaries. This saves me money. Having technology cost reductions and institution embracement cost frees up so much monarch points throughout the game, and you get this really quickly. And then there's dynamic core, extra advisors, reduce inflation cost. Pretty good, because I tend to end up with a decent amount of inflation, so this ends up being like, I can save admin points to spend on inflation, so I can take loans and do all this other stuff. Having war exhaustion means I can be at war sort of for a very long time and not worry about it. The extra leader upkeep, this is okay. The really nice thing here is advisor costs, because if you go this idea plus diplomatic ideas, you can get another 10% advisor cost reduction. And if you have an advisor that already has a cost reduction, you can get like a 3 or 4 advisor that's like 30% the normal price. So I think that's like really powerful, and that gives you a lot of money to invest into your property. So I kind of like the idea of maybe going innovative ideas first. I've also been toying with the idea of not doing that, because I've been kind of doing that in a lot of my games. I've been kind of playing with the idea of maybe going religious. It would give me casus belli against neighboring heretics and stuff, which means I could get rid of the Sunni presence in here a little bit easier, and then it would also open up opportunities to attack in pretty much every direction, because once we have conquered the Hindu areas, pretty much everyone we're going to be going up against is of a different religion, so it would give us like really good casus bellis. So there's that. This would give stability cost. That's also really nice. It would save me points. Tolerance to the true faith, yearly prestige, missionary strength versus heretics. Culture for conversion cost. See, the problem with this though is, as great as it is, it doesn't feel as good as going like innovative into diplo, or diplo into innovative, whichever two you go. I feel like these two together just combined, they complement each other so well. You just have so many diplomats, you have so many diplomatic relations, you're able to conduct war easier, you have so many points. It's really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's probably... I really want to do a religious game, but I just feel like I'm not getting the stuff I want from it. Like, I don't need to convert any land. I'm really only looking for this. It's more useful later in the game when I'm conquering other people. Like, even expansion would be pretty good for me, even though I can't really colonize anywhere. I could use it in this expansion to improve my own provinces. Yeah, I don't know. Admin ideas... Yeah, I'm less sold on admin ideas. They're pretty cool. Admin and innovativeness together are actually really good, though. Humanist ideas are also super strong because religious unity, national unrest, tolerance, separatism years, maximum promoted cultures, improved relations, tolerance of heathens, and the idea cost. These are all really incredible. This was the one I used to take all the time, but I think I just like innovativeness so much. I think I might go like Diplo innovative. Or maybe go innovative tree and then go for Diplo or something. We'll see exactly what we do, but it'll be something like that. So we have a looming disaster. Civil war. Why is this? It's been military power to reinforce my legitimacy. So, is there a way for me to get legitimacy here? Well, I'm going to go ahead and take Syria for the gold. How fast is this growing? +1 per month. So I'm almost certainly going to have to spend some points here to avoid this disaster. It's going to cost me like 500 military points to avoid this disaster. And I won't be getting absolutism out of it. I'm going to let it tick away for a little while I think about that as an option. Tell you what I could do. I could send a scornful insult. Oh. I'll send it to Gujarat. We will send an insult. I probably should have done this a while ago. This will cost me 5 prestige, it will give me 10 power projection, and it'll give them a casus belli against us. But there's a problem most rife with Gujarat, and I suspect the cause of the Gujarati. That will give me just that little bit of a scooch more power projection, legitimacy, I think. Okay. So I have to figure out, do I want to get this up somehow? It's a tough one. The national unrest from it is pretty painful. Is there any cultures in here that I can integrate, by the way? Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this tech, and then I'm going to spend some points on reinforcing my government. We can purchase an ability. War taxes are nice. Infantry to cavalry, the infantry ratio is pretty nice too. What's my capital, by the way? My capital is Drylands, which isn't a very common type of terrain here. Yeah, look, it's very rare. So, combat bonus in my capital would apply to very few provinces. So I don't think that's really worth my while. If it was jungle, yes, because there's so much jungle here. Or even just grassland, because it seems like there's a decent amount of grassland. So yeah. Hills as well, like there's a decent number of hills up in here and stuff, so that would be okay. But what we're going to take is... I kind of like war taxes, just a nice one. Because usually it's expensive to take this, so we can just take it whenever we want and just save ourselves some money at war. Babbling buffoon. We'll get this war declared soon, I say. They've also built some temples for me, which is nice. Let's get another trade thingy. We're definitely going to want to upgrade these at some point. Let's see, our cash from trade should be climbing now nicely. We're up to 8 ducats a month. Very good. I think I'm going to raise maintenance on this guy now. We'll get started on this war. Get you up to a reasonable position to declare the war. What's this? I can enact a government reform. Okay, cool. This is actually a really nice little thing we can do. So, we have 4 choices. We can either go for strengthen the noble privileges, which will give us 15% manpower. We can curtail the noble privileges, which will lower the influence of the estate, but give us 10% national tax. We can't enforce trader privileges because we don't have plutocracy. We could also empower the polygars, which would give us -5% development cost and plus 10% infantry combat ability. I think we're going to take the infantry combat ability. I think that's way better than any of the other options right now. So we're going to empower them. The development cost on that. So how is the Renaissance spreading? I think I'd like to take it before I take these techs. So I'm going to save up money now. I could take it alone. I might just wait for it to spread a little. How long will it take? Oof, it's a lot of years. These are like the ones that's spreading to the fastest. Yeah, we're probably going to have to... save up money and embrace that. Pegu in a war of aggression. I will buy a military leader here. 4 shock, very nice. It's exactly the kind of thing we want to see. 1 more month. Yeah, I'm not going to do this. If anything, I'm going to spend more of my points on development. Preferably maybe in my capital state. These 2 provinces are pretty good candidates. Are they controlled by states? No. So they're fully my de jure sort of 0 autonomy. So I might spend a little bit in here. That should speed up the Renaissance a bit. Give me more money. I'll do 3 clicks of each. I'll get the Renaissance spreading. It'll get me a little bit more money. Okay, we got all this stuff. Now we should be saving a decent amount of money on not having to reduce our corruption. Which is good, so our income should have just jumped up a little bit. Okay, these guys are ready for war. We can incorporate a state. I'm going to go ahead and take this into my state as well. And right here. And then we will pour all that land so that it is less likely to revolt and all that jazz. Take 25 months to do this. Let's see, what's the unrest like in here? Pretty bad. I might try to just hold off on converting this. Could I? Yeah, I could accept this culture, which should reduce the unrest. It's a pretty useless culture, but I don't want to deal with the unrest down here. Probably would have been better to do it with some of these other ones, but it's one of my it wasn't one of my same culture groups. So once I get to empire rank, I'll be able to just, you know, accept all my all these guys anyway. So I'll probably want to demote Tamil at some point before I become an empire. It will cost me some unrest, but it will mean I'll have... Because I think if you go to empire rank, this stays promoted, taking up a slot from what I remember. Which is something I don't want to deal with. But we need to get to 1,000 development for that. That's a while away. Let's declare this war. We will call Calicut into war as well. It's these guys. So I will declare war on you, and I will say this is a valid enemy. We're going to attack right there. Let a day go by, and then we'll attack right there. Alright, cool. We should, by the end of this war, have enough money to embrace the Renaissance. Hopefully. Right. So let's see if we can catch this army. There's that. So, there's the fort. I'm gonna shift consolidate. Leave behind a single infantry. Select you. You don't have any siege pips, so that's fine. Do you have any siege pips? You have 1. So let us do a shift consolidate. We'll take out all the hurt stuff. All these guys too. And we'll leave you with just your 4 little dudes. We'll pull these guys out. And you'll use your siege pips to help that along. Let's see. Grant privileges, deny privileges. I don't mind losing the Diplo power right now. So we are going to do the same sort of thing here. We'll get rid of all these guys. We'll leave you 4 guys to hold that. Then we'll take another one of these infantry and send it up there. We'll take the smaller army out of the way. Nice. We'll be embracing this soon. I don't want to pay extra for my tech, so that's why I'm holding off on... Actually, that's why I spent some time on development and stuff, because I don't... You know. Plus, it also helped the Renaissance to spread here a little bit. Maybe that'll save me some money. Yeah, got it up pretty much on par, so this will be done 5 years. I guess I could put on institution spread in here. How much of a difference would that make? What's our current institution spread? Pretty awful. We are about to have prosperity. Let's do institution spread because it's actually a significant boost. And that'll save me a bit of money on the thing. That'll speed this up by about a year. Should, right? Yeah. Conquering these forts. Save that money so I can embrace. I should really just develop you more. So I get it even quicker, save me the money. Let's see, I could spend some money and I would get yearly legitimacy. I don't mind losing to prestige for that. It's fine. We can now declare war on our enemy. Temples of the Sun. Syria is not as venerated as he once was. Sorry view them. Withdrawn in contemplation. I guess I'll repair the temple. I don't know. I'm worried that that is like an important thing in case my capital gets sieged. And they don't... You know... We're taking some attrition here. Okay, nice. We can go ahead and get our peace. I want all of this territory. It'll cost me 0 Diplo. Give me a nice flat payday too. And that'll be that. Very good. We'll core this land. This disaster is slowly building up. Let's see. I'm getting some unrest here. I think I'm going to strengthen my government at least twice. Just to get rid of the negative penalties. And then I'm going to raise autonomy in these provinces as well. Although I think this is significantly lower, so I'm going to wait until I have them cored. Let's go ahead and deactivate all these. Let's go ahead and reduce this down to nothing. What's our current army size? We're pretty small. It's okay. Let's go ahead and join these together and join these together. Combine our armies. $10K. Just shy of 10K. Let's get these moved up here. Okay, I don't think I really have many estate interactions. I could make a generous donation that would make them loyal. Procure a loan. So I was hoping that taking that loan would let me embrace the institution. But looks like I was just shy. I want to get that embraced so I can start doing the tech stuff. Things are looking up for me. I'm really happy with how things are going. Come on. How long until this province has it? I don't want to wait that long. I might just buy a little bit more. Might think I'm crazy, but in the long run, these are going to pay off. I think a lot of people are scared to spend their points on development and fall behind in tech, but it's actually fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, once we have it in here, that'll represent a bigger chunk of our territory. And that'll bring this price down. Because Gutty is currently costing me 50 ducats, so once this is in, it'll save me a big chunk of my money. So 400 ducats, bam, embrace the Renaissance, nice. So it'll be present here soon, and now we are not paying too much for our techs, and we are good for another like 34 years. Okay, we got all these on our payroll. So, should I state them? Yes. And we'll core them as well, and that will bring their autonomy down and their unrest to a more reasonable level. These should actually bleed away at a regular pace. We shouldn't have to really deal with separatists. And we can clean up this guy and we'll get another mission done. I'm going to save up my money to pay off this loan, and then I'll start rebuilding my army. So are we still a great power? We are a great power because we adopted the Renaissance and we're not losing power, which is really, really nice. So, a bit ahistorical, you know, I guess, for the Renaissance to appear over here. But it should have a very hard time spreading into my enemies. The only thing is, if he has Adra, if they have friendly relations with Adra, it'll spread through my ally into his territory, which is less than good, but you know, I'll have an advantage where I'll have a period of time where I'll have better tech costs than them. Although they are up to tech 5 and I'm still on tech 4. So that is getting minorly worrying. I do need to focus on this and catch up. I also want to be careful of unbalanced research. I think I'll grab Diplo ideas first, but I won't really invest into them for a while because I don't want to get unbalanced research corruption. I'm going to focus on admin because the one I really want to get first is innovative finish down. And we'll just kind of slowly work away on Diplo ideas. Alright, we're not too far away. We can repay that loan. We can get our tech. Very good. Now, typically I go for like Diplo ideas, because the Diplo tech cost is really nice because you can spend a lot of those points on stuff like promoting cultures, doing production development, and also having the lowered impact stability from diplomatic actions is really nice because that in a way that saves you admin points. Influence is also really good. Maritime can be good. Maritime can be really good if you need a big navy. But we're going to be mostly focused on a land empire. Maritime might be something we look into later. It's kind of too early into the game to really take trade, although actually we could get value out of trade here. The global trade power, the extra merchants, the trade range, the trade efficiency, even more merchants, even better steering, even the caravan power is really good because there's actually quite a few inland nodes that steer in this direction that we would be able to push trade our way. So we could actually get value out of trade ideas. So that is something worth considering. I really like this though. This is just so good. The diplomatic ideas. In addition, when you combine it with innovativeness to get the super cheap advisors, it means I'll have a bunch of extra money that I can spend on advisors and province buildings and all that sort of stuff, which I really like doing. So I'm going to grab Diplo ideas first, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. I might take like defensive and quality in this game. I'm not sure. We'll think about it. Royal marriage from Miwar. Miwar is my ally. I will accept the royal marriage, even if it hurts my legitimacy. Now, we're not getting the thingy anymore. Gain 79 ducats, or we could gain some prestige. I don't need the prestige, so I'm going to take the ducats here, because I can use it to develop my provinces with markets, because I have a lot of trade power buildings, and these are going to just help me throughout the game. They're going to repay me their money. I'm going to grab the military tech. Very good. That'll bring us down to a closer level of friendship, or parity with our enemies. We're going to take the Indian arquebusier. Let's see, is there still unrest down here? There is no unrest. Let's see, where are we getting unrest? In Calicut. For some reason. And in Vanad, which is reasonable. Okay, so I think it is reasonable to start converting this land to get our religious unity up. This is hurting us a little bit. We're getting a little bit of unrest, we're getting a little bit of corruption, we're getting a little bit of stability cost modifier. So let's get this out of the way. I can get another unit. Could I get a advisor, a cheaper advisor from one of these guys? I could get diplomatic support from these guys. I could seek their support, spend a bit of prestige, get them to gain influence. Then I could ask for a contribution or demand their diplomatic support. I could recruit the minister. Is he cheaper? For some reason, he's not cheaper. But they do give me the advisor cost reduction. I could get 200 gold. I could get 100 Diplo power. 100 Diplo power. I think monarch points are kind of like the key thing that I really need right now. So we'll get the Diplo power because that's going to make us to be in a better shape technologically. Even though that will hurt our relations with this thingy a little bit, we won't get that advisor cost production. So I'm not going to hire this guy. He's too expensive. Instead, I'll probably just grab the production efficiency guy. Although yearly inflation reduction, you know what? If he's here for 11 years, he'll do good job. He'll do good work because inflation actually is quite expensive. You can see here it's increasing all my costs by 1%. So just like 1% of all my expenses are increased, which is, you know, a significant amount of our money right now. Now we're only spending about 30% of our income on advisors. It might be worth it at this point to consider doing some stuff like turning forts on to build up army tradition, because if we had army tradition turned on, we would not fall below 29 army tradition, I think, which is a decent amount. It would be a lot of money, whereas I could also spend that money on just building up buildings and getting better stuff in the late game. It's a real question that we have to answer. I'm not really going to war, so I don't need this stuff right now. So the state shall provide the horses. We'll get horse shortage, making our cavalry more expensive. Or we can make this estate a little bit upset for a couple of months. So you guys are just going to be upset. I don't want to pay that cavalry cost. They'll be disloyal for like 2 months, which will be fine. We'll make it through, I promise. Still on speed 4, going along at a nice pace. I do want to go to speed 5 for a little bit here, because a lot of what we're doing right now is just waiting for the right moment to attack. I'm not a fan of this weak air stuff. Thema to everlasting friendship. So our air is a 4-2-3, which isn't terrible, or a 2-4-5, which is pretty good. The only problem is that he has a weak claim. To everlasting friendship. Seed of the strong aristocrats. Hoo-hoo. That'll be useful if I can get friends with them. Make some good stuff happen. Orissa is no longer a valid rival. That is unfortunate because I was hoping to use them as a way to block my institution spreading to them. You can see here 0.31 per month. That's like really, really slow. We're going to have plenty of time to conquer this guy and get ahead in tech. Idar wants to hire condottiores. I don't think I really want to sell my condottiores. We have plenty of gold. I'm going to build a fort down here, mainly to take care of devastation and keep this place in good order. But also just having forts spread around. It's like most of the devastation in here is gone, but I guess having a fort down here appeals to me in Candy. It helps just mean that this area is... You can't just siege this and be annoying, and kind of helps spread out my war score. So you have to go deeper and deeper into my country to get the war score off me. Because I think forts are a big contributing factor to war score. You can see here. I don't know exactly how it works, but you know what I'm talking about. Do I want to get marketplaces? I still have a couple of places that marketplaces make sense in. I'm spending that money. Okay, we're about halfway through our manpower recovery. We get 100 admin power and we get yearly prestige. So while overseeing the maintenance of this... so we get this really nice thing until we die, I think. And we are only age 22, so this is going to give us a decent benefit for quite a while. I'm going to keep our... This is... better. Yeah, I think I'm going to spend the manpower. The manpower is way worth it more than the ducats right now. I'll give us some base tax in our capital. Venad is looking like it might rebel. It's at 4.2. I could raise autonomy in here and just not deal with that. What chance does that give it? 4.1 years. I'll raise autonomy in this and see if it ticks up to 90. You know what? I just don't want to deal with it. I'll raise autonomy twice in both. That way I don't have to deal with this. Okay, one more trade. thingy. Anything above 2, I think, is a reasonable amount to invest into. Or anything above like 3 or 4. 2 is maybe a little bit low. Pick up admin. Workshop, farm estate. We are going to be building workshops as well, because we have plenty of places where we can get good money from those. Our capital picking up 0.31 ducats a month. We're up to a huge amount of gold per turn, per month rather. I'm going to just replenish my armies real quick. Just so I can get a better idea of what numbers I'm working with. So, we have 20 units. We can go up to 40. I think I definitely want to add 2 cavalry to each of these armies, because that's our current flanking range. Is 2 on each side. And then I'm probably going to just fill in with a lot of infantry. Because we have really high infantry combat ability compared to our cavalry combat ability. I mean, our cavalry does do a decent amount more damage, but this 20% is just so nice. It makes infantry are just so cost efficient with this. We'll go up a little bit. We'll slowly build up our military to the force limit. I might get a third army of a 14. I think 14 stacks are like pretty good at this point. They're pretty mobile. They're pretty strong. Could I build another 14 stack? I could build a 10 stack, which would be like 8 infantry and 2 cav. So I might go to a third stack here. So if I'm going for 8 infantry, 2 cav, that means I want a template that gives me 4 infantry, 1 cav as a general ratio. We'll call this the block. Just make it easy to click on this and grab it wherever we want. Demand for local goods, okay. We'll build another one of these blocks here in a moment. Spend this thing. Lose Diplo power or prestige. I'd rather lose the prestige right now, because we have plenty of prestige recovery stuff. These are hard times, failed reigns, ouch. There's another rebel uprising in Calcutta. I'm just going to go ahead and raise autonomy. I don't want to deal with that. I don't have the manpower to suppress a rebellion, so I'll just accept the little bit of autonomy. The autonomy is ticking down in here at long last, so I'm really happy about that. In fact, the unrest in some of my provinces might be low enough for me to reduce autonomy. Not quite. Unrest is too high. We could invest in an idea, but I want to get my tech up a little bit. I don't want to fall behind, is the problem. Oh, we're actually ahead of time in admin. That's incredible. That is a thing of beauty. So, I don't want to be behind more than 1 tech. So I'm going to wait on grabbing that idea. Oh, you know what? I can grab +1 diplomat. And then I could just set him off to another I'll do neighboring countries, outraged countries, threatening countries. They'll just spend their time improving and stuff. We got possible advisors, very nice. I think that was my leader who got that. Yeah, he got well advised. Okay, let's build another block of our army. These will combine together. I'm going to go ahead and convert this province over here. Kandy is going to be slow to convert because it has the seat of it's a religious center. Okay, the people are ours to look after, so we would get national unrest reduction. This would be really, really nice. It might mean I can reduce autonomy in some places, or I could get the legitimacy, which would have a similar effect. Let's go ahead and just straight up reduce unrest. Let's get military tech. So where do we sit in relation to this guy? Okay, we're equal on tech. How is he doing in terms of his military? We are definitely in better shape in terms of force limit and currently fielded, but he has the manpower advantage. So we're going to hold off for a little while. I do believe I have new cavalry here, Indian cavalry archers. So we have a decent little army. I'm kind of sad that I'm probably not going to get to use this guy in a war because I need to recover manpower. Jean-Pur is requesting a fight against Mawa. Okay, let's have a look at this war. We'll join it. Okay. There will be blood. I tell you what, I'm being called for food. That's what you probably just heard. My brother was calling me. I think he made some food. So I'm going to bounce out of here. I'm going to do this event real quick. Jane's gain local unrest. I am just going to let them be upset. We are going to deal with this war when we get back in the next episode. But I think I am also considering strengthening my government. We're now ahead of time. Like, this is craziness. We're in India, and we're ahead of time. This is spreading so slowly. It's going to spread quicker through our ally, which is unfortunate. It's pretty slow, though. But we have this. We have this, and nobody else has it. Over here. That's incredible. Like, it's only here. We're going to have such a huge advantage in terms of technology by the end of this era that we should be able to just steamroll a few people and really get snowballed out of hand. So I really do think developing for things are really, really nice. I'm also going to be developing for whatever the next one is. Is it... colonialism. We'll develop for this as well. Just because it has a hard time appearing. But I'm going to look for a nice center of trade like this one. I think I'm going to develop here. Because it's on a center of trade. I might even take out loans and like boost the center of trade to get the extra development cost. Can I find a level 3 trade node maybe? To show off what you get at a level 3. Tell you what I'll do. I'm going to save the game here. And then just for the sake of showing off, what these look like when they get to level 3. How much gold do I need? Oh, I'm in a war. Never mind. I was going to like console command in some money or something, but we'll leave it there. We'll load up the save game and get moving on here in a moment. Yeah, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this series. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel. And remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. I love you all very much. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.